Good morning, everyone!
Hello. It's a brand new week. It's a brand new day. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Today we are going to be unstoppable with great energy, good vibes, and inspiration. Woo! Happy Monday! Let's do this. I'm Monique Tuzon, and we're here to bring you mo fun to your mornings. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter. Hey, Pao, are you ready to power up?
Wait lang. Can I just say, sa sobrang Monday ngayon, I think I forgot to introduce myself.
Did you?
I think I just said hello and welcome to the new week. Guys, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Maraming salamat very much for joining us. Pero alam mo, girls, this is the most stacked show I feel that we've had in a while.
Yes,
so sobrang puno ng show.
Sobra.
Like, I don't want the camera to pan the other way kasi ang daming tao.
I know. It's like we have a live audience.
Oo nga eh, might as well, di ba?
And it's funny because everybody came in early, like before 7 a.m. So the makeup room was like, oh my goodness, there's just so many people
Buti
here.
na lang nalita ko, no? Para mas madali yung makeup. But then, of course, we got a lot here to talk about.
Yes.
And I think the first thing that we need to figure out is if holiday traffic is now a thing still.
Let's go check out the major roads at this hour. Here is the situation. Along Commonwealth Avenue eastbound on the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Sandigan Bayan. Still a good time to drive on that lane, on that stretch of Commonwealth, but you will slow down on that counterflow on the innermost lane from the Tandang Sora intersection all the way to Philcoa. On the right side of your screens are vehicles headed to Quezon Memorial Circle. You'll be stepping on the brakes as things are starting to get congested on that lane. Now let's head on over to EDSA White Plains this time. On the left side are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard, and on the right side are vehicles headed to Cubao. Both lanes still free-flowing, moderate traffic on that stretch. Now, the expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It is a Monday, guys, so vehicles with license plates ending in 1 and 2 should be off the road right about now till 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. In the meantime, another round of mixed fuel price adjustments awaits motorists this week. Industry sources say diesel prices will have a rollback of 50 centavos to 70 centavos per liter. But gasoline prices will increase by 10 centavos to 30 centavos a liter. Last week, prices of gasoline went up by nearly 1 peso a liter, while diesel prices went down by 20 centavos per liter. The Energy Department cited the geopolitical uncertainty in the Middle East as among the reasons behind the fuel price movements.
Now, moving on to our weather report, have your umbrellas and other rain gear ready for today. Now, while the country remains storm-free, Pag-asa says we can still expect some downpour because of 3 weather systems in effect. There is the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, that affects Mindanao, the Visayas region, and Palawan. They can expect cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms. There is also the northeast monsoon, which brings cloudy skies and rains to the Cagayan Valley, the Cordillera, and Ilocos regions, including the rest of central Luzon, while the shear line is also causing cloudy skies and dumping scattered rains in provinces such as the Bicol region, Marinduque, Romblon, while Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon can expect isolated rains with partly cloudy skies due to localized thunderstorms. Now, we'll have more on that on Weather HQ later at 9 a.m. where we bring you the updates, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Now, shifting to some more serious business, the lower house is seeking to release its initial committee report before they go on their Christmas break on December the 21st. These include 4 amendments, including the Dangerous Drugs Act, but several lawmakers are also pushing for the reinstatement of the Philippines as a member of the International Criminal Court. Committee members, though, have yet to approve its inclusion in the Quadcom's partial report. They will also resume today the probe on the Office of the Vice President and the Education Department's confidential funds under Vice President Sara Duterte.
Yet another harassment incident by China over at the West Philippine Sea. In a newly released video by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, a laser is seen pointed at Philippine vessels bringing food and gas to Filipino fishermen at sea. The incident that lasted for 5 minutes reportedly happened on December 2nd. Following China's continuous bullying, authorities have been mulling over sending warship at West Philippine Sea. But the Coast Guard says the decision still lies on the president as the commander-in-chief.
It's all hands on deck for state transport regulators and the national police, especially with the Christmas season in full swing. PNP Chief General Romel Marbil says police visibility will be increased in what they consider high-traffic areas like malls and transport hubs. The police is also preparing for protest actions such as the Iglesia ni Cristo's prayer rally against calls for Vice President Sara Duterte's resignation. The Land Transportation Office has deployed more personnel in expressways, especially in roads usually traveled by trucks. They have also rolled out additional personnel to make sure the trucks are roadworthy. This comes after a string of road incidents in Parañaque City and the Kamuning flyover in Quezon City.
Meanwhile, this holiday season, provincial buses will now be allowed to pass EDSA. The Metro Manila Development Authority granted the provincial buses group's request to ease passengers' commute. This is effective 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. on December 20 to 25 and on January 3, while all day on December 26 to January 2. Some bus drivers say this is a good Christmas gift for them and the commuters.
Ito po ay para i-accommodate sila at yung mga pasahero at bumilis po yung turnaround.
Malaking tulong yan dahil mapapabilis yung biyahe ng bus papalabas ng EDSA to Kamachile. Kasi oras, diesel, pakalaking bagay nun.
Moving on to sports, the UP Fighting Maroons inch closer to reclaiming the men's basketball title. In UAP Season 87, the Fighting Maroons drew first blood in Game 1 of the finals against the defending champs, the De La Salle Green Archers, Sunday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Final score, 73-65 after a strong second-half performance. UP now leads this best-of-3 series 1-0. Game 2 is on Wednesday, December 11th. Now shifting gears to Formula 1. Lando Norris saving the best for last as he leads McLaren to the Constructors' Championship in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. McLaren ends a 26-year championship drought dating back to 1998. However, a bittersweet ending for Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes. The six-time world champ finished fourth in Abu Dhabi for his final race with Mercedes. Hamilton will race under the Ferrari banner next year.
Now let's talk entertainment because our queen, Chelsea Manalo, finally returns home after the Miss Universe 2024 pageant. Chelsea will arrive today in Manila from Los Angeles, where she stayed after the Miss Universe pageant in Mexico. On her Instagram post, Chelsea wrote she's excited to be with fans, friends, and family to celebrate her Miss Universe Asia title. Fans are expected to welcome the Bulaqueña beauty queen at NAIA Terminal 1 later this afternoon.
She should be guesting on our show.
She is, I think. Well, we're working on it.
As a resident beauty queen,
Yes,
our resident beauty queen is working on it to have another beauty queen on the show, and one of the biggest ones currently.
I know, I'm
hopefully
excited.
coming.
So
It's a beautiful
Chelsea,
day.
come girl, we're waiting for you.
But we got a jam-packed show today. When we return, we'll explore the hidden legal risks of sharing personal conversations online, from data privacy violations to the consequences of cyber libel. Stay tuned to understand how the digital age's laws could impact your social media habits. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Magandang gabi, ako si Corina Sanchez Rojas.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb.
Simulan na natin ang agenda.
Nasa radyo na, mapapanood, mapapakinggan.
94.7 FM.
Nahaharap ngayon ang Estados Unidos sa isa na namang 4 na taong Trump presidency.
Death squad rin yan.
Binawi niya yung sinabi niya.
Ing masalimuot ang buwan ng Oktubre para sa ilang bilyonaryo.
Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
In the world of business, expansion is inevitable.
So I was a serial dater.
Not just a serial entrepreneur.
Yes.
You need fresh perspectives.
Different perspectives, different capabilities.
The sense of fulfillment, the sense of accomplishment. It's like you gave birth.
The relationships we have, how we treat our people, for me that is the essence.
I'm Ces Orenia Drilon at ito ang Usapang Bilyonaryo.
This is The Scorecard,
where you score the latest sports news
and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
I'm Erica Christensen.
Get ready. Be prepared. Get to the latest stories, updates, and reports about what's happening in the world of sports. Hosted by Anton Rojas, Erica Christensen.
Where sports is our business and business is our sport.
The Scorecard, 9:30 p.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Ciao, mabuhay. You are watching The Word Exposed.
Prepare our hearts as we dive deeper into our faith and receive the strength from God's Word. Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he shares the reflection we need for the rest of the week.
We pray that the Word of God would find fulfillment in your life and His blessings be always upon you.
Every Sunday, 7 a.m. with replays at 3 p.m.
Hello and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, the controversy surrounding celebrities Maris Racal and Anthony Jennings is now raising concerns about privacy. This comes after Jennings' ex-girlfriend leaked screenshots online last week detailing his supposed affair with his on-screen partner. But what exactly are the legal consequences of sharing private conversations online? We will find out this morning. Joining us live in the studio is Attorney Jose Manolo Garcia. Good morning, Attorney Joey na lang. Yes? Attorney Joey, welcome to the show.
Shorter. So
yes,
Joey,
easier. And I'm sure, Attorney, you are updated sa balitang ito. Yes, sa Chika. Being the resident showbiz Chika queen here. But anyway, so people have been talking about this topic, especially since over the weekend, both parties have released their statements already. And people are talking about the legal implications of posting all those private messages online, also pictures, not just messages, but pictures as well, without the consent of the two artistas, right? So let's talk about, let's focus first on, what do you call that? Data privacy, the Data Privacy Act. What constitutes a violation of data privacy when sharing personal information or screenshots on social media?
Okay, so in relation to the trending issue, right, swirling around for the past how many days or even weeks?
Yes.
So I think one of the most important points here is for us to discuss data privacy, which comes into play. Right? Now, before we could further have an understanding of what's its relation to what took place, right? Let's first briefly discuss what is this all about.
Yes.
So, well, essentially, this Data Privacy Act protects information, from people who you do not want to have access to this information, and it ensures the rights of individuals to determine who could have access to your information. So simple as that, right? So now, data privacy ensures and protects the right of every individual to control the collection, the access, and the use of your information. Okay, remember those three, right? Now, when we say access in relation to this trending issue, right? They were saying that it could be presumed just because I think the ex-girlfriend was able to take screenshots.
Yes.
Right? So with that, it presupposes or let me say, is it safe to assume that there is a consent to access the phone?
Yeah.
Right? Because for you to take screenshots of my phone, then it could be safely presumed that I have given you
Access to the phone.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
However, the data privacy is very explicit on this matter.
Okay.
Meaning to say, the consent does not necessarily end to the giving of permission to access my phone.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay? Because access should not only be specifically given, consent must
Right.
not be only specifically given to the access, but also to the use or processing of the information.
Okay.
Right.
So there are a lot of aspects to consider with regard
Exactly.
to that,
Yes.
access being just one of the points to argue. Now, I understand, honestly, why it would be a long conversation at the very least. Pero let's look at the penalties first of breaching the Data Privacy Act. What are the minimum, the maximum, if it is found that you have breached the Data Privacy Act?
Okay. Now, well, it would depend on the severity of the crime, right? Because, of course, these are allegations that you have to prove once you escalate this into a legal avenue. Okay? Now, these are just allegations. The burden of proof is upon the one who alleges.
Yes.
Now, data privacy has much stiffer penalties as compared to cyber libel.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I would say it would range from, I think the minimum is, it could be fine or imprisonment, or both fine and imprisonment.
Okay.
Because this is a criminal, there is a criminal aspect as well as a civil aspect in this.
Okay.
So once one is sued in violation of data privacy, the one being sued could be liable for both criminally, and he or she has to pay a fine
Yeah.
ranging from 500,000 up to 5 million pesos, or imprisonment. Imprisonment
Oh, wow.
from 1 year to 7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we actually have it right here from the National Privacy Commission, ranging from 6 years to a day to 12 years of imprisonment, and of course fines of up to actually 1 million. It says here 1 million pesos as well. Again, that's from the National Privacy Commission. But then, of course, apart from all of the punishments and all of the penalties, of course, the question still is: can someone be held liable for posting screenshots? You talk about accessibility. But what if it's the person, you're sharing your own screenshots because you're the other party involved? There are a lot of questions with regard to that as well.
Because that happens a lot. People post their receipts, quote unquote,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
can they be held legally accountable for that
Okay.
if the other party doesn't consent?
Well, foremost, we have to determine what kind of information is being protected under this law.
Yeah.
Because not all information are within the purview of this particular law.
Okay.
What is being protected here has to be considered as personal or privileged and sensitive information. And what are these? Okay, these are your tax licenses.
Yes.
And in fact, in relation to this trending issue swirling around, buzzing about for the past how many days or weeks, the Data Privacy Act includes the aspect on sexual matters, sex life. It is expressly enumerated. It is among those in the list. That is being protected, considered as classified, sensitive, or personal information. Okay, so there's a problem when someone shares this matter, or rather post it on social media without the consent of the owner of this information. Okay, now. In relation to what you have just raised earlier, if this has been disclosed, or in particular, if this will be posted in social media without the consent, of course, we have to determine if there is a reasonable expectation of privacy. Okay, that is very important as a principle recognized under the law.
Okay.
So even if you have access to our conversation, exchanges, and even if you are part of it, but if there is some reasonableness that you are supposed to, respect that conversation or that exchanges of communication, then you are not supposed to share. More so, disclose it online.
Okay.
So I think it's like a per case basis, obviously. Like it just depends.
Yeah.
But now, Attorney Joey, I'm curious because in a world of social media right now, right? When it comes to cyber libel, I cannot say that word. How does that apply to social media posts or comments? And because everybody now, right? They can make dummy accounts. They can just comment hate stuff and just say a lot of stuff, like basically defamation as well. So what kind of legal courses can you take when it comes to that matter?
Okay. Libel, cyber libel, they are basically the same.
Yeah.
Okay. The only difference is libel is exactly. It's the mode is through computer system, online.
Okay.
Okay. So any public discreditable imputation of a crime or a defect, then you can be held. You can be held liable for libel. Now, that is why we have to exercise extreme caution.
Right.
Because once it's there, then you could be held liable, both criminally and civilly. Now, what comes into play here is the striking balance between freedom of expression and the right to privacy. Okay, because your right ends where someone's rights begins.
Yes, that's right.
So the right to express your opinion is never absolute, although regarded as a guaranteed right under our the most fundamental of the land, under the Constitution. However, every right is always conditioned upon not hurting or interfering with another person's right. Okay, so in this case, it doesn't give anyone an unbridled license to just air their grievances on social media. Okay, so it's so hard for us to air someone's dirty laundry in public because there are definitely legal consequences, and one of which is for you to be criminally liable for libel or cyber libel.
So, attorney, I'm curious, because there are some people who, take pictures when they see some celebrities together, like in a different country, and then they post pictures and then they post it online. So, automatically, you can be sued already if you share this kind of information.
Okay. Well, number one is if it contains, of course, the photos, the images, the pictures of these celebrities, and aside from the photos, if it will further contain information which is considered personal, privileged, sensitive, and private, then we could have a problem there. That is why it is imperative for us to seek the consent of the person whom will be the subject of our posting.
Okay.
We were talking a bit before we went on air that you were actually handling certain cases that do involve social media, do involve things said online. And I just am curious, just how often do you actually handle cases that involve Data Privacy Act, cyber libel? Because, again, social media is becoming a place wherein people are looking for more legal protection. People are looking for legal recourses with what happens online. Just how much more work is it now for lawyers like yourself to actually deal with cases like this?
Yes. We are becoming like the United States. Filipinos are becoming litigious, very litigious in nature. Maybe because of the influence of social media. Now, we as lawyers, we always tell our clients that resorting to legal avenue should be of last resort. Because it's going to be a very painstaking process. If we could strike, a compromise, if we could, make an amicable settlement before we proceed to court, then that would be the most prudent thing to do. That's the wisest thing. Otherwise, once we go to court, then there's no turning back. Okay. Now, nowadays, yes, it's becoming, I would say, like They're very keen on proceeding to legal remedies without first trying to talk it among themselves.
Okay. You know, attorney, before we let you go, because we have to move on. My final question here is actually for the younger audience that we have, including some of the younger people we have on the side right now. Simply because, how can people protect themselves from this type of situation when it comes to cyber libel, when it comes to data privacy? How do people avoid being hit by these things, especially in a world in social media where everyone expresses so much online?
Okay. As I've said earlier, you know, most people go to social media to air their grievances.
Yes,
right?
that's so true.
You know, we cannot convict them through social media or publicly.
Yeah.
If you have something against a person, if you think that you have been aggrieved, then by all means, go to the proper channels. Social media will never be the proper forum. We have these courts of justices. We have these proper forums or proper fora in order for your grievances to be resolved.
Right.
But never in social media. Because once you air your grievances in social media, then you have to prepare for the legal consequences. Because in such a way that you will be humiliating, or you put someone in public ridicule, then you're opening not only your doors but your windows as well to multifarious forms of libelous situations.
So essentially, think before you post. Think before you click.
So all
think
the
twice
haters,
before
all
you...
the haters of Mo, watch out.
You're
Watch
the
out.
only hater. You're my only hater, pal.
And not just the comments, the pictures also. If
Exactly.
you take pictures and post them online, just be very careful. Everything that you post online, think twice before clicking that send button, right? Thank you so much for joining us today, attorney.
Pleasure is
How can we
always
reach
mine.
you, by the way, if we have more questions about this? Pagka pinost ni Pao yung mga conversations na.
Especially, because I'm my number one hater. So, attorney, I need your help.
No, we'll never post it because we'll all be sued.
Oh, yeah, true. How can we reach you, attorney?
Well, I could be reached through my mobile phone, or I could give my
your
office. Yes, I am the senior and managing partner of Gara Law, and our office is located in Makati.
All right, perfect.
Thank you
you,
so
attorney.
much,
We appreciate it.
Joey Garcia.
Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, now let's move on, because when we return, we meet Team AGILAS. Agilas tuloy. Team AGILAS, the first ever Filipino team to compete at the F1 in Schools World Finals. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront.
It's still continuing with hearings on the EJ.
But we can recommend the filing of cases with the proper offices or agencies.
It is always victimizing the poor, so we will continue to go against corruption in the budget.
At the forefront with Attorney Karen Jimeno, 8 a.m.
Ito po si Father Nono.
Ako po si Father Fiel Pareha.
Ako si Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Kape at pandasal na po tayo. Ito po si Cardinal Chito Tagle.
Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, what does the investigation cover? We tackle the issues.
The President's immunity from suit is absolute.
We clarify matters and we get on point.
Watch his press con. Sinabi niya na ayaw niya ng kudeta.
What is questionable about the AR, sir? The Vice President keeps insisting walang active threat kung hindi ako mamamatay.
Ayun na lang natin, mahirap pang pangunahan eh.
Pinky Webb, on point.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas! Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo.
Sa bawat storya, may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday lang kami ganda to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli, mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa kaya samahan niyo kami. Dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Deposits, and we've grown that 7x from January when we acquired the bank. And we're seeing customers saving a lot more, and we're helping them because we provide one of the highest time deposit rates at 8.88%. And that's encouraging people to put money in the bank because they're really getting back a significant return for that. So we're encouraging savings of our existing customers and also driving new customers to consider us.
It has no authorization.
We hope and pray that it will not rise. Thanks for having me here.
Our frustrated
Myself, basically. We always say that.
It depends.
A well-concerted effort.
Perhaps I can reiterate.
My greatest beefsteak. Iba na iba pa na yun.
This is Weather HQ.
Good morning. Welcome to Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Today's headline.
Get to know the latest weather update and forecast with information to help us understand important aspects regarding our climate.
Will help to prevent flash flooding.
To provide access to clean water and the system level services to everybody who needs it.
Kung alala po natin, ang northeasterly wind flow po ay malamig na hangin po.
Whatever the weather, here on BNC.
Weather HQ, 9 a.m. The Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good morning, I'm Mikey Orata, and you're watching Basis Points, where we dive deep into the numbers and the stories that drive our economy and shape our world.
Stay ahead of the curve with the latest on financial dynamics.
Government officials are praising the recent move by the S&P Global. The Philippine stock market continues to plummet. The Philippine Economic Zone Authority is on track.
Join us as we delve into the evolving economic landscape. Mikey Oreta, Basis Points. 9:30 a.m. only on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Beauty, health, adventure. This is for you. Join Marie Lozano, where she uncovers the untold stories and unexpected surprises in the world of lifestyle.
We wanted to create a space where we could dive into these topics not just by talking to experts, but experiencing the topics firsthand.
Let me tell you about the Lifestyle Lab.
On BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. At BNC, 12 noon doesn't mean break. But
Good afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, staunch Duterte ally Salvador Panelo believes Vice President Sara Duterte will be impeached. United Nations hailing the ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon's Hezbollah. Australia officially banning children under 16 from social media. And those are the news this hour. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
bawat anggulo ng bawat issue.
9 out of 10 Filipinos ang nais na mapanagot ang mga corrupt officials.
Bawat detalye ng mga napapanahong pangyayari.
September 23 nang simulan ng Israel ang air attacks sa Lebanon.
Tuloy-tuloy na ihahati hanggang Sabado at Linggo. Weekend Agenda. Sabado at Linggo, 5:30 p.m. sa BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. From the filing of candidacies until the last ballot is counted, your newest trusted news source, BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel, will be at the forefront to guide your decisions and guard your vote. Tune in to BNC's Election 2025 special coverage.
And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, the Philippines' first ever team at the F1 in Schools World Finals, the AGILAS, why am I saying Gilas? AGILAS sped into the global spotlight in Saudi Arabia from November 23 to 26. Now, hailing from the British School Manila, the 6-student team didn't just race. They also created a sleek aerodynamic car showcasing their skills as well as the innovation and precision. Now, this competition wasn't just about crossing the finish line. The AGILAS is determined to prove that Filipino talent can shine on the world stage. Live with us here in studio are members of the team, Neo Angelo Gatlabayan, the founder and managing director, Marcos Lao, design and innovation director, Gian Andre Angala, the brand manager, Tara Bahukhandi, the marketing and public relations strategist, and Sofia Margaret Gorospe, pitch design engineer. Guys, it's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for joining us. You are so many that you have displaced all of my partners here, and I cannot thank you enough. All right, so let's go first to Neo, because I want to ask what inspired you first to join this competition. Not a lot of people would consider joining it, but here you guys are representing the Philippines for the first time.
Yes, sir. Actually, yeah, we really just wanted to do something to do with STEM, because at least something we wanted to do for sure was put our skills that we learned, I don't know, through school or whatever experiences we had, and like put it into an actual thing that we could see. And a car that can race is exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that, like, I think 2 years ago, I came across F1 in schools, and me and my friend, who's unfortunately not here with us today, he's alive.
Yeah, I like how you clarify that you didn't kill off your friend on TV, but yes, go on.
Yeah. But yeah, we emailed F1 in Schools UK to see if we could get involved somehow, and they actually forwarded us to F1 in Schools Thailand, and ever since then, that's when it started. Yeah.
And you know, that whole process, I'm sure, must have been so exciting for you guys.
For
Marcos,
sure.
in particular, there had to be a design process, and your role is design and innovation director. Grabe mga job title ninyo. But Marcos, just what are the steps that you had to take to go through this, and of course, how did you learn so much about cars and what you need to do for this particular project?
Yeah, so I think the first thing that we really did was, we invested in ourselves. We learned all the CAD skills needed to be able to design and, make our car in the first place. And, something that Neo did as chief engineer as well was he made all the engineers get together and design their own cars. So let's say for the car body, that's what we did first. Each engineer designed their own car body, and then we tested all these car bodies with the same wheel set, with the same front and rear wing, to test which one would give us the best results. And then from that, we took that best car and incorporated all our other ideas onto it to make it as fast as possible. And then we just repeated that process for each part and component of the car. And yeah, and that's how we got the car that we have today.
All right, perfect. Andre, I want to talk to you now because you're the brand manager of this group, right? And I'm just really curious about the whole preparation that you had to do from start to finish, especially when you got the role. Just what process that you guys had to go through to get to this point?
Honestly, we had to do so many things, but one of the key moments for us was especially pitching to new sponsors and new big conglomerates. And all of us are high school.
Sorry, can you hold the mic up?
Sorry.
Yeah.
All of us are high school students, and it's all of our first times to do this, like, big actions. And to us, it's a new thing, and it's very wonderful for all of us. And I'm not ashamed to say that we've faced multiple rejections. I could say for every one successful sponsorship gain, we face at least 3 rejections.
Yeah.
And it's disheartening to an extent, but then I can say we learned many lessons from this. We learned how to overcome adversity. We learned the power of teamwork. We learned how to cater sponsorships. And I think that's the most important thing of this. It's not necessarily building the fastest car. It's about learning the extra skills and talents that we can bring in our future endeavors.
Yeah, learning how to deal with rejection at a very young age, I cannot emphasize just how important that is for many reasons. But Tara, since you are working with the marketing public relations, just in coordination with that, of course, you have all of these patches on your jackets right now because of the sponsorships that Andre helped get, and of course, the public relations that you needed to do. In fact, you're here on this show, so that's part of the job. But at the same time, what were your key learnings, especially from this particular period? And what do you think was the biggest thing that sold your brand, this team, to others?
My key learnings personally as the marketing and public relations strategist, as Andre said, we really had to learn how to pitch ourselves to other sponsors. So that was my biggest learning, was how to create like a brand that people could like relate to and that people would enjoy.
Yeah.
So something that we really like to emphasize is that we are the first Philippine team ever.
Yeah.
We're showing what Filipinos can do in STEM in a global arena amongst 55 teams, and that's the main part of our brand, that we're representing Filipinos on the main stage. Our name is AGILAS. We're more Filipino than you could ever be, and yeah, it's really important to us that we got that message through.
And of course, Sofia, your job title here is very F1 specific. That is pit design engineer. For those who are not familiar with what a pit design engineer does, what is your role and just what were the challenges that you had to face here for F1?
So as a pit design engineer, what I had to do was design our pit display, which is part of the criteria in the pointing system for F1 in schools. And for that, we really had to showcase our brand and team identity. So with that, we really wanted to showcase our Filipino spirit. So we used our Filipino colors. And other than that, we also had to ensure that we emphasized innovation. And with that, yeah, I think we just really tried to bring in all our team elements all together and really showcase our ability to show the Philippines in a very global scale. Yeah.
You know, I could only imagine just how giddy you must have all felt being in that situation. I'm an F1 fan myself, just watching the races. You know, just seeing McLaren actually coming up on top for me personally was a big deal. And just looking at what you guys have experienced, this is for anyone really. Has your experience in F1 opened up a door to maybe dipping your feet into this in the future? And not necessarily the roles that you do have, but then trying your luck in being part of that world, that world of Formula One. Has anyone been influenced by that here? You have. Of course you have. You started this. Of course you have. All right, so tell us a bit about that. First of all, the experience, and of course, how has this influenced you personally?
Yeah, I think for sure, a really big thing that I think we all understand as a team is that when we were preparing, making all our portfolios, preparing our car, designing it, manufacturing it, we were doing this as a team, just us. But at the World Finals in Saudi Arabia, we really met all these amazing, talented people, just like our team. And just knowing that there's this community of people who are very willing to share all their ideas, all their innovations about their cars with us. If that's like a microcosm of what the actual F1 is, we're all, I can say for certain, we're all interested to hopefully do something like this again in the future and like on a bigger scale.
Yeah. You know, Andre, I could only imagine you were dealing with sponsors, you were dealing with trying to work with people trying to help finance all of this. Would you do anything differently? You're the one who mentioned rejection, by the way. So I wanted to figure out if you would do something differently with the whole process that you went through.
Honestly, in terms of sponsorship, it would probably be learning how to cater to sponsors early on. Because we were kind of going through a shotgun approach at first. We were just going like, oh, this is us, why you should support us.
Sorry, can you hold your mic up again?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we were just doing that essentially. But after time, we learned that the most important thing is targeting your sponsorship, or targeting your pitches to specific companies, which really helped us. And I think a bigger part of that is about the sustainability effort. We really emphasized the importance of sustainability in our pitches, and that's what I really think helped.
Yeah. And of course, I was looking at all your job titles. I'm trying to figure out who had the most stressful job here. And outside looking in, I'm going to guess the finance chief also had a really hard time, Marcos. There's a smile from everyone. I think I may have got that right. But is there anything that you felt that, okay, maybe we could have done this better, and maybe this is going to be one of your personal biggest learnings from this experience?
Yeah, I think, in terms of finance, the biggest, I wouldn't say issue, but the biggest thing that happened was, creation of an account. So, it's really important to make sure you set out all the ground rules for the account. So making sure you have guidelines that the team always follows, like, because for us, we did it on a reimbursement basis. So
Yeah.
we would pay for the objects first. Like,
Yeah.
let's say we needed to buy new bearings for the car. We would pay for the objects first, and then we'd get it, and then we'd repay the person from the account. And that was something new to me because I'd never done this before. This is
Yeah.
my first time being finance.
Yeah,
something,
all the parents watching us right now are now screaming at the TV saying that's what it takes to be an adult. But of course, just for everyone here, I'm going to ask you all one at a time. If you have one specific moment from that experience that you could take away and always look back on, what moment would that be? So we're going to start off first from the back. Sofia, what was your key moment or your favorite moment from that experience?
So me, I think being the team member that was here while they were in Saudi Arabia, I was watching live with our classmates, and I think one of the best moments really was seeing them win.
Yeah.
Like, even though I wasn't there, I could feel the joy and excitement from the team, and I felt the pride for our country. And I think that really put us a step forward in showing the world what we can do in STEM as Filipinos, yeah.
All right, Tara?
I know I've talked a lot about like the serious stuff, but personally, as a huge F1 fan, my favorite moment was going to the paddock and, first of all, meeting Fernando Alonso, 2-time world champion. I mean, who doesn't want to? So that's the one moment that I just have to like breathe it in.
Yeah, we saw the photos a while ago, and I can guarantee you a lot of people are already jealous of you,
I
including
can
me.
tell. Yeah.
Andre, how about you?
Okay, first of all, shaking Fernando Alonso's hand. My number one.
So she had a photo, you shook the hand.
I shook his hand.
All right. Okay, so
But, like-
Marcus, how about... Sorry, Andre.
Oh yeah,
but-
I was gonna continue. But like another moment that really stood out for me and I'll never forget is actually pressing the trigger on the release button of the system. That was super nerve-wracking for me, especially in my first race, because I just see a line of people just staring at me, waiting to press the trigger.
Yeah.
And it's super nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like, eventually after a few races, I adapted to it. I learned how to click it quicker, and I found strategies to make my brain operate at a faster pace.
All right. And of course, you got to be faster in F1 for sure. Marcus, how about you?
So for me, it was really visiting the paddock, getting to go into the Aston Martin garage. Because as like a STEM geek, it's really interesting. Seeing we really saw the secrets of the car. We saw every part of the car. We saw the underbody of the car. We saw the side pods. We really saw everything, and it really just fueled my passion into this industry even further.
All right, Neo.
For me, it was really when we got to lift this trophy up.
Yeah.
Because putting 1.5 years of just tireless work, spending basically the whole day after school, almost every day.
Yeah.
To finally see all that effort, all that labor, to see the fruit of all that labor, it really meant a lot to me, and I'm sure it also meant a lot to the team. So yeah, being able to hold this in front of our whole country and walking off that stage, it really felt good, because yeah, when I went off that stage, I cried because it really felt that important to us.
So let's let you lift that up first.
Sure.
Hold it up to the camera as I reintroduce all of you again. Ladies and gentlemen, this team AGILAS, Neo Angelo Gatlabayan, the founder and managing director; Marcos Lau, design and innovation director, also dealing with finance; Gian Andre Angala, the brand manager; Tara Bahukhandi, the marketing and public relations strategist; and Sofia Margaret Gorospe, pit design engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for joining us here. Congratulations once again, and hopefully we see you more in the future, maybe in F1 yet again. All right, so when we return, we'll take a closer look at Chairlesque and its founder's unique approach to dance. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Hello, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. With a seamless blend of burlesque, hip-hop, contemporary, jazz, and pole dance, each movement transforms into a captivating work of art. Now, this dynamic and versatile dance style engages and mesmerizes audiences, turning every step into an expression of creativity and passion.
her studio where movement becomes an experience, inviting all to explore the artistry of the body. And to tell us more, we have again in the house, we used to have her via Zoom, but now she's live, Noreen Bacunio Efondo. Welcome back, Noreen. Thank you for coming. It's a beautiful day.
Thank you so much.
So,
I'm happy to be here.
I think we had you a couple months ago via
Yes,
Zoom.
yes.
So now we're excited to have you here in person
Thank
and
you.
to actually demo Chairlesque later. So for the viewers who haven't seen our segment on Chairlesque, can you basically just remind them, what is Chairlesque?
So basically, it's a chair dance, right? It's chair dance and burlesque, but it's a deeper meaning to it. It celebrates empowerment, celebrates self-love, celebrates community, and of course, embracing that inner sensuality as well.
Embracing that inner sensuality.
Yes.
How has your students or your attendees embraced this kind of dance?
Well, for sure, at first, they're shy and a bit.
Yes.
But when it comes to like dancing talaga, parang nagta-transform sila dun sa studio eh. It's actually the environment that we create. It's a safe space for everyone to really explore. And that's when they can embrace their sensuality on that studio or with us or Chairlesque itself.
Yeah, it feels like it has evolved from, I guess, from when the conception happened to a deeper form of self-expression. How was that process like?
So at first, parang shy sila. Everyone is shy.
Yeah.
But
I bet.
eventually, kapag nandun na sila, there's like a process. For example, they go to the studio, medyo balot na balot pa sila. But eventually, when they have the support, they're like a sisterhood or like a community itself. So the community itself, it's a support. Dun sa nagka-process na parang, oh, okay, I feel safe here. So I will feel like I'm more feel open to anything.
Yeah, you know what? We're so excited because we're seeing the highlights there that we have on screen right now. But of course, we have a special treat here because we actually have a branded chair right there. It says Chairlesque. And we're ready, I believe, for a little demo as well.
Noreen, I'm so excited to see you in your element.
I've never seen this before.
And then Paolo will do this next.
I'll do it off cam. But for the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have Miss Noreen step up to the chair.
All right.
And here we go.
Wow, this is exciting.
The balance. Wow. That's amazing.
You know, the amount of physical strength needed for that, I think it's a bit understated. Just tell us a bit more about the fitness aspect of it. Because grabe talaga.
Yeah, because like you're balancing in what, 3-inch heels? That's insane.
3.5. So it's really like a total body workout talaga. Parang kala mo lang dance, pero it's gonna help you a lot with your arms, everything. And for me as well, I'm on my postpartum 4 months now. It's really, yes, thank you so much for Chairlesque. It's really reconnecting with myself. It's really different now. But with the help of dancing and Chairlesque as well, and connecting with my students, it really helped me a lot to really come back to myself.
Wow, you know what, Noreen, we wish we could talk to you a bit more, but of course we got to wrap things up. But then for those
see
who
you
are
at the studio.
Yes,
we
will be in the studio.
We
want to check out.
Check out Chairlesque online, and maybe you can go visit them before Christmas because we have, let's bring it out, Okay, there it is. It is around 16 days to go.
16? Oh my goodness.
Christmas.
Time flies.
And we'll see you all at the Chairless Studio before
Yes.
that. And of course, that is it
Can't
for us
wait.
this Monday, December 9. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us here today.
And I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Thank you so much for making us your daily morning habit, sending love and good vibes your way.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Stay safe, and we hope you all have a great Monday ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.